Hello, welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. This hangout on air is live, 6:15 a.m. Central Standard Time, December 1st, 2018. I woke up and they were saying right there on CNN, George H.W. Bush has died, 94 years old. President Bush, President of the United States, 1989 to 1993. Navy pilot in the Pacific in World War II. I believe the youngest pilot shot down in the war, 19 years old, but and rescued, of course. And also the only person in America that does not recall where he was on November 22nd, 1963. He was, in fact, he was in Dallas, Texas. Okay. We have Clan MacGregor from 1934. Not this bottle, but the brand. Today it's owned by William Grant and Sons. I think they bought it in 1973. These kind of brands get passed around from spirit house to spirit house, company to company. But Clan MacGregor, it's a venerable old value-priced brand. Distilled, aged, and blended in Scotland, the Kingdom of Scotland, but bottled in New Jersey, which is a former British territory, Scotland being a current British country. Okay, so they have some relationship, don't they? Yorn says, Ronald the Man in the Dark. Bush lived a long life unlike others. Yes, 94 years old. I hope I'm 94 years old doing these reviews still. I would be very pleased. I actually did vote for Bush twice. I regret that now, but I didn't know as much about politics and whatnot then. In '88, I was finally old enough to vote for president. '86, they didn't have a presidential election, so I couldn't vote. But I voted for Bush over Michael Dukakis. They were very similar in their political beliefs, so it was sort of like voting for either or of the same person. And then I voted for Bush over Clinton in '92. Another situation where they were both pretty much, either way you went, you got the same package. So it was like saying, well, I'm going to choose the bottled Budweiser, and I can't believe you would choose canned Budweiser. Yeah, well, big difference. Okay. And we're going up against another budget brand that was acquired by another company in 1968, Ian Mcleod. So Ian Mcleod owns it now, but they're not the original owners. Here's a big handle bottle, $18.99 at World of Beverage in Georgia. King Robert II. But this one's all Scottish. Glass, nice big glass bottle. If you get the Clan MacGregor handle bottle, it's plastic. This one is bottled in Scotland, shipped over here in the bottles. Does that make a difference? Not really. Are you afraid of dying, Ronald? I'm not afraid of dying. Let's see. Although I'm not looking forward to it. Okay, like my grandpa told me, he said the bad thing about being old is that you're getting closer to dying. I said, that's a good point to make. Okay. And the bad thing about winning the award for the oldest person in the world, like you say, I'm the oldest person in the world. You don't get to keep the title very long. Okay. You don't hold the title very long. So here we go, Clan MacGregor. I wouldn't worry so much about dying. I would worry more about where you're going to be when you die. That would be a more important question. Because We are just pilgrims on earth. This is not the show. This is only part of the show. Now, we don't want to become a metaphysical show. We don't want Dawn Busters to become metaphysical. But sometimes these questions arise. Okay. All right, now it is time to begin the process. And there is the daylight arriving, and we do have a little more rain coming, but it won't be too much. It was heavier last night. And I kept waking up, going to sleep, waking up, going to sleep. So I slept okay, but I didn't sleep that well. I had some weird dreams. I don't even remember what they were about. I just remember thinking that was a weird dream. That was totally implausible. But I didn't remember what it was, you know. Like you remember you had a dream that made no sense and it was implausible, but you don't remember necessarily the content of it. Just as long as I don't have those premonition dreams, those are the ones I don't like. Where I dream about something and then it happens. Like when I had that the summer of 2001 dream about being in New York City. You've got to be joking. I hope Lynn doesn't start sending me multiple messages. She wants to know if I got a paper. I told her no. I'm gonna go put the phone in the other room because she has a tendency, like some other people, to be very text oriented. All right. Anyway, sorry about that. You ever noticed the people that got the happy fingers? They they are the ones that have the most drawn out thing. You got to kind of put them on a shutdown or they'll just go on and on and on. All right. Commiserating, you know, same thing on Facebook. Hey, how's it going? And I had to write on my Facebook profile, I am not chatty. Okay. Well, the clan MacGregor you can see is much lighter, and the King Robert is darker. So this is where I ran into trouble 2 days ago because the appearance was very different, but the flavor got me all discombobulated and confused because I thought the Cutty Sark was a King Robert, and I thought the King Robert was a Cutty Sark, and I went on like 10 minutes talking about how much better a Cutty Sark was, and it's worth the blah, 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 blah. It's worth more money. And then lo and behold, it was the King Robert that I was bragging about. So I was very humbled and very discouraged within the context of the taste challenges, not discouraged in my life. You understand? It's like, oh, well, I got it wrong. So I got it wrong. Big deal. That's the danger of the taste challenges, but also the excitement of the taste challenges. So yeah, I had to go in the other room and just say yes, because she said maybe later, and I said yes. I wanted to fully explain. I'm gonna call at 6:30 if the paper doesn't arrive and all of this. I don't know why she doesn't understand. There was high school playoff games last night. The paper's always delayed when there's high school playoff games. But I didn't want to start getting engaged in the proliferation. That's what I call those texts, the proliferation. And other people have a serious bad habit of sending me texts at night. And I tell them I go to sleep early. Oh, okay. I'll send you a text about a beer while you're asleep and wake you up. And then if you can't get back to sleep, I really don't care. All right, so I've had to kind of tell them this can't have this. Okay, tell me about that during the day. People are very strange. I don't call people at night, really, especially about immaterial topics. Now, I know some people that stay up till 3 in the morning. I know these people. They're up all night. So I call them. I might call them because I know they're up. But then they sleep all morning. They might not wake up till 11 in the morning. Well, I'm not going to call them if I know they're asleep and then tell them something like, did you notice Budweiser got a new label? I mean, I wouldn't do that. There is some kind of personal consideration. Oh, well. I better not get too excited. What type of beer do you typically enjoy during the holidays, says Izor? Thanks for watching. There is no typical beer I drink during the holidays. I never drink season specific or date specific. You know what I mean? I just drink whatever. And I'm not trying to be flip or offhand about it. I just don't. I'm being honest. I don't say, well, now it's springtime, so I better start breaking out the such and such. No. There's no pattern. And that's the truth. There's no pattern. Just whatever I grab next. Is that the way to do it? Well, it is a way to do it. I wouldn't say it's the way to do it. Okay. It's just grain alcohol, honestly, here. There is an under aroma of the peat. You see, when you first pour it, there'll be a woof, just smoke, wow, and then peat. But then it fades very quickly. It doesn't stay. This one has a more pungent, like, there's peat, but it's like a pungent corn husk thing. Like if you took a bunch of corn grits and you soaked them in the water and you're starting to get ready to distill them, or they're in the distilling process. You get that here. Oh, with some minor peat and even perhaps smoke. But yeah, it's what these two have. Is it a wonderful aroma? I wouldn't say it's a wonderful aroma. Is it a bad aroma? No, it's not a bad aroma. It's just grain alcohol. I mean, why you think Walmart had Clan MacGregor for $9.75 a bottle? Because it was premier gourmet? No. Why does King Robert II sell in Georgia for $9.99 a bottle? Because it's cheap. All right. Okay, so on aroma, maybe this wins. Maybe a little. Yeah, I can't really call a winner on aroma, and I don't know which is which. It's kind of like they're okay. Let's go with the taste. Yeah, smoke and peat here with an underlying grain alcohol. This is pretty pleasant. This is okay. This is a great value if you pay $9.99 plus tax and you can get these elements. Is it just an extraordinary, great, and fantastic, and wonderful, and completely unbelievable value? No, and we're not going to keep talking about that because I think most people that watch this channel have enough brains to figure out that if something's cheap, then it's cheap, okay? We're not going to sit there and overplay Milwaukee's Best Ice, and we're not going to overplay these two budget brand blended Scotch whiskeys. Taste. There's a little minty thing going on, but as far as smoke and peat and all these Scottish type parameters, exemplifications, nah, it ain't happening, baby. This one is a winner. This one is a loser. In the competition, it's not a loser in its own merits, on its own merits, but it's nothing too extraordinary. It's nothing too extraordinary. Oh dear. Oh dear. Daylight is breaking in the Gulf Coast of Louisiana. Making a determination what product is more preferable relative to the other product. Well, I must say, I do think that this is the King Robert II. And this is the Clan MacGregor. All right. I bought a bottle of Cutty Sark last night. I was very happy. Still mild and smooth, says Craig. I'm glad you liked it. And Tyler says, clink the mugs. Clink the mugs. Thanks for watching, guys. Wait a minute, Tyler. If it's 6:31 here, that means it's 4:31 or where you are. Craig says, between that and my experience with J.W. Black, Johnny Walker Black, I really think I prefer blended scotch over bourbon. Whoa, you don't have the right. You don't have the right to prefer blended scotch over bourbon. Toby Caden says, going to Anheuser-Busch tour today in Jacksonville, Florida. They're about to cancel their tours over there. Someone said, I didn't read that on their website, but I didn't look for it either. For $35, great deal if you ever get the chance. I don't comment a lot in your videos, but I watch all of them and enjoy them, says Toby. And Toby, I appreciate your support, and I really do mean that sincerely. Oh, you going on the Brewmasters tour. That's about 2 hours, and it's awesome. And they gave me so much beer after, I had to go eat a huge Mexican meal so I could, you know, kind of remember where I was and why I was there. Tyler says, yes, learning reactive JavaScript today. Took a break to learn about liquor brands. I got to bed early and wake up early. I go to bed early and wake up early now. I love early to bed and early to rise. I'm almost like a reverse nocturnal person now. I'm like nocturnal in reverse. The other day I woke up at 1:45 a.m. So we're talking about 4 or 5 hours of darkness. And it was really nice to be in the dark and it's so quiet. Like Blue Oyster Cult, in the dark, I found you. All right. I was saying I think this is King Robert II. Well, let's see. It is King Robert II. Thank you, King Robert II, for being such a great king of Scotland. Although I don't really know much about you at all, except you are a king. Okay. Hey. I did. I got it right. Which doesn't say much because it was a 50-50 shot, right? I mean, I could have been over here just making a wild guess and gotten a 50-50 shot, like flipping a coin, flipping a quarter, heads or tails. But I really did guess, not just take a chance. Take a chance on me. All right. Huh. Should I go listen to ABBA today? Agneta, Benny, Bjorn, and Anna Frida. No, I don't really feel like listening to ABBA today. Tyler Mansell says, laugh out loud. This was awesome. All right. I agree with that. Well, Mr. Clan MacGregor, Mr. Ian Clan McGregor, you lost again. And I don't care if you throw a hand card at me. You lose. You lose. But for $5 a bottle on a Walmart closeout, I bought a second bottle. Then you win. For $5 a bottle on a Walmart closeout, you win. You win. I love how if you make a typo, Ronald can figure it out. Unlike some other YouTubers, murmur, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more, say no more. I want to say this now on air, and I have never discussed this issue on air before. But okay, get it together. I have a gift for interpreting typos. And I'm ready to say that now. I'm 50 years old and I'm finally ready to say that. I'm coming out of the closet. to reveal that I am gifted at deciphering typos. I can't help it. I don't know why. And I didn't want to talk about it because then it sounds like bragging, and you say, oh, I remember in 1974, no one could figure out what the typo said. And as a 6-year-old, I said, that's what it means. He's going to Florida. Brilliant, brilliant. He's going to Florida. We thought he said he caught a Jack Crevalle when he was deep sea fishing in the Gulf of Mexico. I said, no, 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 he's going to Florida. Oh, kid, you're brilliant. No, I'm not brilliant. I just can decipher typos. All right. Toby says, love Abba. Yep. They had it going on, man. But personal differences, same old story, personal differences. Broke up the group in 1980. That was about the end of it. So that was too bad. That was too bad. All right. That's the end. As we come to the end of another hangout, I might have to decide. No. Scratch that. I am going to do another one tomorrow at 6:30, God willing. And we were going to do King Robert II. King Robert II versus the ever popular J.W. Dance. Another one of those sent to America and bottled, this time in Kentucky. So we got a New Jersey, we got a Scotland bottling versus a new Kentucky bottling. This one is going to be a real challenge. And I think J.W. Dance, this is a preliminary prediction. I think J.W. Dance is going to win. I really think it's going to win. But I don't know that. All right. Well, that was very exciting. And I have another Canadian beer I have to do a video for today. My daughter brought me back 4 big cans of Canadian beer. And I want to thank you, Elizabeth, for bringing me these beers. And then I bought some Sierra Nevada singles for their winter pack. And then my friend David told me this morning he's ready to break open the museum. He said, I got all these beers going back to 2015. It's out of control. I said, we ought to make a video about your beer collection and be like David's museum. He had to laugh. He said, it is sad, isn't it? I said, yeah, and we're going on 4 years now. So he's ready to break the ice and get this thing moving. I mean, I think literally we could do a video for a year, a video every day for a year. I don't know if he's got 365, but he's got a lot. I mean, it's just can't believe it. If you don't see it, you can't believe it. Turn out the lights. The party's over. Okay. You're only as pretty as you feel. You're only as pretty as you feel inside.